defined punk rock.
It's punk rock. We're punks.
They were faster and louder than anybody.
Something like sticking your finger in a socket, you know?
And they only played 2.5-minute songs.
I don't know why the Ramones aren't the hugest band in the world. You know, it's about time that they get their due.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, oh, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to be up in that no.
Ramones started in the beginning of 1974.
We were all friends from the neighborhood.
We met because of our taste in music.
We hung out and we listened to the Stooges and the MC5 and New York Dolls.
We hung out in the street mostly, and that's what kids did a lot in those days.
Were you guys born punks?
We're born punks and we'll die punks.
We were just different from everybody else.
Yeah, I think we were born pretty much outcasts. I don't think any of us have any friends.
Nobody likes us.
You know?
In the mid-'70s, I hated music. It was the beginning of disco and corporate rock, you know, Toto and Donna Summers and all that crap.
The prevailing ethic was that groups should be sort of very pretentious and progressive and, you know, lots of guitar solos and things like that.
I guess in some masochistic or whatever kind of way, enthusiastic way or childish way, we just thought we'd save music.
What were we gonna do? Well, you know, maybe we should put a band together.
CBGB's was the first club in the world to put on these bands that were alternative.
It was like just a bar for the bums. You know, bums would come in and drink in the afternoon and stuff, you know.
The only way you could play CB's was to play your own music.
We auditioned for Hilly. Hilly said, nobody's going to like you guys, but I'll have you back.
When we were rehearsing, we didn't have a name. But the band only rehearsed about 2 days, and then we were, like, playing already.
They were so untogether at first that it was awful for me to listen to.
Joey stood there, grabbed the microphone, and he was so tall, and he kind of leaned into it, and you didn't know whether he was going to fall down or not.
Maybe they were thinking they were watching a car accident, but nobody ever walked out as far as I know.
First of all, they had to stop this starting and stopping and equipment breaking down.
Ready? Go! Can't take it.
It was distracting. It was terrible.
We play so loud and all the amps couldn't take it, but now we got these amps that they work.
They finally put together a set of about 20 songs in 17 minutes.
They were faster and louder than anybody, and they only played 2.5-minute songs.
It sounds like you're like 4 guys playing music. It's awesome.
Do you, say, go out and run in the morning to get that kind of energy together? Or?
Something like sticking your finger in a socket, you know?
I mean, it seems like a stupid little thing, but nobody had ever done this before. I mean, 20 songs in 17 minutes.
It was different. It was a surprise. It was a shock. I saw them and you know, what the hell was that?
We could blow this place apart if we wanted to. We'd set up everything. Let's do this.
As they kept doing this, their crowds started to come, and I mean, it became, everybody talked about it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Ramones fans were going crazy, and some people in the back were just sitting there with their mouths open. like in total shock.
The Ramones are really great. I think they're far out, man.
The record companies were sniffing around. That was the agenda of their career process, was get a label.
At that point, no one in the CBGB world really knew how any of that music was going to play outside of this incredible hot house environment.
We put a demo together and sent it out to all the major labels.
Records companies started coming down and really not being interested.
I remember Clive Davis coming to see us and saying, they're great, but they'll never get it down on wax.
Finally, Sire came down and they were interested.
The first time I saw them, it was like sticking my hand in an electric socket.
Seymour, like, we really felt like he understood what we were all about in those days. Not too many people really understood what we were doing, you know?
I was totally blown away. I would say in 20 minutes, they sang maybe 18 songs, and I'd say 7 of them sounded like hit songs to me. Just incredible. I wanted to sign them right on the spot. The Ramones had a plan.
Before we got signed to go into the first album, we had already written probably the first 2.5 albums worth of material. So we went in and recorded them in the order that we wrote them.
We wanted to have fun, and we wanted everything right away.
They believed all the way in what they were doing.
Unfortunately, we had a very small budget, so we had to do it really quickly.
We did the first album for $6,400.
You never had to have a budget with the Ramones, no matter who was producing them, because they worked so fast.
I think we got through like 5 songs in a row without even coming in and listening, just like on one take.
If they didn't do 7 or 9 tracks in the first evening, they would be so depressed.
This is what we were dreaming of all our lives.
That was the blueprint for punk from the minute it came out. There are very few records that have had that impact.
When we first came to London, I think punk was just like rearing its head.
The Ramones, when they show up in England, are the band that every British band has to measure themselves against.
The Ramones ignited London. First, their record had already done so.
They treated us like stars in London.
Everybody had heard about the band and the sound and the kind of hysteria surrounded by the band. It was like overwhelming when we got over there.
The English fans were amazing.
People would follow them. They'd run to the bus and they'd run down the streets. People would follow them.
The first big venue the Ramones did in London was the Roundhouse.
All these kids came to the sound check. They were members of the Damned and Clash and Sex Pistols.
So Clash said, "Hi, we're big fans of yours, and we're a group." And they said, "What's your name?" And they said, "The Clash." And Ramones said, "Oh, we never heard of you." And we said, "Well, we never played."
They were just Ramones groupies. And they were asking the Ramones, how do you do it?
Johnny said, "Well, why did you ever play?" They said, "Well, we're not good enough. You know, we're trying to get better." And Johnny said, "Wait till you see us tonight. We're awful. We stink."
We didn't have concert ticket money, and the Ramones pulled the Clash and the Sex Pistols in through the dressing room, bathroom window, and that's how we saw the Ramones. It was just amazing. They are amazing.
The Ramones playing was a big deal over there, you know? And that's really what changed everything.
It was a miracle we got the part in the movie.
Things sure have changed since we got kicked out of high school.
I heard that they had wanted Cheap Trick as their first choice. Don't know.